Alright everybody, welcome to today's video. For today's topic, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the new Borgeson power steering box for your classic Mopars, comparing it against the factory cast iron unit. Now, I need to give a disclaimer up front that I paid full retail for this unit. It is not sponsored by Borgeson in any way, shape, or form. I ordered it from Bergman Autocraft, and I will get into the reasons why I ordered it from them later in the video. And of course, if you are not already subscribed to the channel and like this type of content, I highly recommend that you subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it gives you insight into more of the Mopar world from my perspective, as well as the rest of the automotive hobby that I'm involved with. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So of course, as you can tell right off the bat, they are definitely a lot different in size. Now, the new Borgeson box is a direct bolt-in. It uses this stock pitman arm, whether you have a large sector or a small sector shaft. They are both available from Borgeson, so you can get either one, and it makes it really nice. You can go ahead and just measure which one you have, let the supplier know whoever you order it from, and they can send you the one that matches your vehicle. And then of course, the big weight savings here, in the factory unit I measured it, weighs in about 38 pounds, and the new Borgeson unit weighs in about 22 pounds. So it's about a 16-pound savings on weight, which of course isn't a huge amount, but any weight you can shave off the front is definitely helpful. And then of course, with a more compact size, closer to the size of the factory manual steering box, it gives you clearance for more things like headers, especially if you're running like a big block or a Hemi. All right, now beyond the size and weight savings, the real reason you want to go ahead and upgrade to the Borgeson unit over the factory cast iron unit, of course, is on the internals itself and how it behaves. So for starters, it is a faster ratio than the factory unit. The factory unit is a 15.7 to 1 ratio compared to a true 14 to 1 steering ratio. So what that means is you're gonna have less turns lock to lock for your steering with this compared to the factory unit. Not a huge difference, but at the same time, it is gonna be faster ratio. So when you're turning around, going into parking lots, hitting up the mountain roads, whatever you're doing, it's gonna have less distance you're gonna have to travel on the steering wheel. Now from there, the factory units are notorious for having a wandering wheel, and you need to move your hands back and forth in order to keep the steering going straight down the road. Well, you get rid of that with this, as it's a much more precise unit, and so you don't have that, and it's also a lot more responsive, better feeling, and so you get better feedback in the driving of your car, and it makes it feel a little more modern compared to the factory unit. Now, there are companies like Steering Gear and Firm Feel who can go ahead, take these boxes, rebuild them, make them better, and give you a better feeling in them. And they are definitely cheaper to go that route than going this route. This is definitely not an inexpensive route to go. But if you want to save the weight, get this better size, get the faster ratio, things like that, you're definitely going to want to go ahead and step up to the Borgeson unit. Now, getting into the price point, I went ahead and ordered a full kit from Bergman Autocraft, and at the time that I did that, it was just under $1,400. Now that is a lot of money compared to, I think, sending one of these out, having it done is like $400 or $500. So, but I also, with that kit, comes with everything. It's new pulleys, a new steering pump, new hoses, all of it, as well as this handy dandy little adapter here that makes it a true bolt-in. So because this box is smaller, it doesn't bolt directly up to the stock steering shaft, and so you have to cut the steering shaft and use a coupler, or if you already have power steering and order it through Bergman, they have made these great adapters that attach directly to the steering box and attach to your stock power steering column shaft. And so that is why I went ahead and spent the extra money and ordered it through Bergman, was because I wanted a true complete kit, as if everything that I had was shot. And so got everything from them, and I can't wait to install it. You're gonna want to stick around for a future video where we do go ahead and install this. That's gonna be in a couple of weeks probably. We've got to go ahead also and give you an overview, a rundown of all the other components that we're doing on this upgrade, because we are replacing just about every component on the suspension, both front and rear of this car. And I didn't order just one kit from one supplier with everything. I went ahead and sourced various components from various manufacturers depending on what I felt was the best combination of components for my application. And so we're gonna go ahead, give you that overview in a future video, and then start going through the process of upgrading all the components. And then after we get all this installation done, take it out on the road and see if all the expense and hard work was worth it. I'm pretty confident it is. I mean, we're changing spring rates on the rear suspension for the leaf springs. We're going with much larger torsion bars. We're changing out the tie rods and tie rod sleeves, the steering box, of course, the struts or the shocks. I've already replaced those, control arms. I mean, you name it, we're replacing it, and you're not going to want to miss any of that. So that's today's video, guys. I hope you found this information useful. As always, if you have any questions, don't forget, you can go ahead and put those in the comment section below, because I read all of your comments and definitely take them all to heart, and am more than happy to answer any and all questions that you come up with. And on that note, guys, I will see you in the next video.